Imagine a busy city where cars move, birds fly, and coffee pours in slow motion. Suddenly, everything stops. What would happen if gravity vanished for just 1 second? Not forever, just for a single heartbeat. Would humanity survive such a strange event? Would the Earth stay intact? Or would that second change our civilization forever? The clock hits zero, and suddenly, every object on Earth stops being pulled downward. People rise from their chairs, water leaves cups, and dust floats into the air. But here is the terrifying part. Earth is still spinning at incredible speeds. Gravity normally keeps us attached to the planet while it rotates rapidly. Without it, inertia takes over, and objects are launched sideways at high velocity. Cars slide, trees rip from the ground, and loose objects fly toward the east. Most people would not shoot into space, but many would be thrown violently. Gravity does not just hold humans down, it also holds our entire atmosphere. For that 1 second, Earth's air would begin expanding outward into deep space. The atmosphere would not vanish, but pressure changes could create devastating shock waves. Imagine massive hurricanes forming instantly across every corner of the planet. The oceans would react even worse as the surface bulges upward unnaturally. Without gravity pulling water down, entire seas would begin lifting from the surface. Ships would float upward, leaving the coastlines completely exposed to the air. Then, 1 second later, gravity returns with a massive, cinematic impact. Every drop of water falls back at once, creating planet-wide, deadly tsunamis. These waves would be larger than anything recorded in human history. Buildings are designed with gravity in mind, so structural forces change instantly. Bridges twist and glass shatters as the foundations lose their stability. When gravity returns, everything slams back down to the ground with force. People floating in the air would suddenly fall, leading to widespread injuries. If you were in an airplane, the outcome could be truly catastrophic. Aircraft would suddenly drop from the sky due to the unstable flight. Satellites and space stations would also shift in completely unpredictable ways. Now for the biggest question. Would Earth leave its orbit around the Sun? Probably not, as 1 second is too short to eject us completely. However, even a tiny orbital disturbance could affect global climate patterns. If gravity disappeared universally, even the moon could begin drifting away. The terrifying truth is that gravity feels weak because we overcome it daily. You can jump, yet gravity remains the force holding together our entire world. It holds our oceans, atmosphere, planets, stars, and even distant galaxies together. If it vanished for just 1 second, humanity might never fully recover. It is a fragile existence, all from a force we barely notice. The world would be left in ruins, with silent oceans and floating debris. The sunset would illuminate a landscape forever changed by that single second. We rely on this invisible tether for every breath we take today. Without it, the delicate balance of our ecosystem would simply shatter. The structural integrity of our cities would be compromised beyond repair. Every skyscraper would bear the scars of that sudden, weightless moment. Nature would struggle to regain its rhythm after such a violent disruption. The atmosphere would need time to settle back into its proper place. We would look at the sky differently, knowing how thin our safety is. Gravity is the silent guardian of our lives and our future. 1 second is all it takes to realize how much we depend on it. The chaos would be total, leaving us to rebuild from the wreckage. We would mourn the loss of our stability and our peace. The Earth would continue its journey, but it would be scarred. We would remember that second as the deadliest in history. Science would scramble to explain the anomaly that nearly ended us, but some questions might remain unanswered for generations to come. We are held by a force that connects us to the cosmos. Respect the gravity that keeps your feet on the solid ground. It is the invisible thread that weaves our reality together daily. Cherish the weight you feel, for it is your anchor. Without it, we would be lost in the vast, empty dark. Gravity is the heartbeat of our planet, keeping us safe.